Wow, that is the worst stream fail I think I've ever had. I've been online for now 5 minutes, and I've had my microphone off the whole time. Oh, that's a good start. So, right, okay. Welcome to the stream. You can hear me now, hopefully. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway. Right, what I was saying is I don't want to talk about Tottenham. I don't want to talk about VAR. I started talking about Man City, saying that Phil Foden's done well and he's now back in the side. Obviously, he's had a massive rocket up his arse for FI, as have a lot of the youth. So, good stuff if you're on these guys. And hopefully they get the dividends, or the potential, still have the potential dividends, in a few years' time before the next crop of youth come along. I mean, the youth phase is going to be the same thing over and over, right? It's going to be, a new 16, 17-year-old is going to come in every year, and then money will shift slowly round in a cycle from youth to youth, and no one will really care about who's going to earn any dividends at all. So, but yeah, right. So we've got 11 guys in the tournament now. Prize pool is up to 60 quid. So, I'd expect that to almost double at least to 120, maybe hopefully under 150 quid would be good. And then, sorry, I'm just sending a couple of messages. Last chance for poker to try and get a few more people involved. The more the better. The more the merrier, I guess. It's probably the better way to put it. So we have 12. So that should be good. Yeah. So there's 5,000 chips to start with. Sorry, 10,000 chips to start with. And then another £5 will get you 15,000 chips after half an hour, which is good because it means that we can be a bit more aggressive with pots. The blinds move up every 5 minutes, so that's pretty cool. And also the prize pool goes up, right? So everyone is here to make a little bit of money, maybe have a little bit of fun. If you're not on the stream, that's fine, but chat in game if you can. I've got things set up on the stream so that on the setup so that I think it's just a tag with my name on it, so I'll probably have the chat closed for most of it, but I might move things around on there, while we're playing. We'll see how we go. I'll cover my table. I'll also be able to link to all the other tables as well, so I'll have them on the screen like over here. So if something happens, then then I can move on to that screen so it can show you what's going on if nothing's happening on my table, for example. But I'm going to try and keep the focus on my table if I can, and try and chat a load of crap if I can. I'm obviously going to be watching the Man City Liverpool game. I've got my iPad on down here. Got myself a beer as well. So cheers to Tottenham being shit. Cheers to Mourinho hopefully getting sacked soon. Never wanted him in the club in the first place, really. To be honest, I mean, I said when he came in, right? I said that if he was going to be Mourinho, he might as well be full Mourinho. Fuck it, who cares? And just go with it. Be a twat to the press. Just call out players for being shit. All that sort of stuff. You might as well just go full Mourinho. But he did that, and then he still brought the same crap football that he's been playing for the last 5-10 years. And Tottenham just didn't have the squad to play in that way. Just pathetic. So yeah, it's not ideal, to be honest. Yeah, so right, we're up to 13. That's good. I'm not gonna. Right, so you didn't have me. Right, let's just change this back because we've got now. What have we got? 5 minutes. You'll probably have 3 minutes until the tournament starts. So yes, if you don't know that there is a delay, so I'm going to be playing poker fairly quickly if I can to try and. I don't want people to look at my cards, and I don't want people to be deliberately trying to look at my cards. But if that's what happens for a fiver, for a tenner, just for me to try this out, then so be it. It's just for a bit of fun. And to be honest, if I have the best cards, I'm going to beat you anyway. So, yeah. But no, I'm joking. So we'll see how that goes. So there is a couple of minutes delay on the stream, but you know, so if you do chat, I mean, I'm going to try and engage where I can, but you know, I may not be able to. You know, answer everything straight away. But that's fine. I'll just talk to myself, talk to the camera, and my screens are actually either side of my webcam. So, you know, if I'm not looking at the webcam, it's not because I'm ignoring people. You know, I just it's not going to be my focus, to be honest. So, right. So let me just have a quick look around, make sure that there is nobody that is looking to get in. We've actually got 149 members of the club. Which, considering we've only got 13 playing, is a bit poor, which is a bit of a shame. It took them best part of 3 months to get some poker standings up. I mean, you can't see these, you won't be able to see these, but this was back when Brighty played in the first one and she won it, and she absolutely smashed all of us. So yeah, there's quite a few people that don't that were in the money. In fact, all the guys that were in the money, so I think the top 9 were in the money, and none of them are playing tonight. So, you know, that was back in April. We're 3 months in now. This must be like week 13, week 14, and so I just set it up to try and, you know, just while we were locked down, right? I remember John Nellis over at High Wide and Handsome. He talked about trying to arrange some sort of game, you know, every now and again. Lockdown just came the perfect opportunity for me to say, fuck it, right? Let's send a tweet out. Let's see see how popular it's going to be. See if people are going to be interested, and yeah. So, you know, we got Liverpool getting their Guard of Honour at the moment. I'm on Sky Go, so I'm even 45 seconds behind the real football. So Liverpool walking out getting their Guard of Honour, wankers. Oh, it's painful to watch. Painful to watch. Oh well. Yeah, it's a shame the season didn't get void, really, did it? So, but yeah, so I put the tweet out just to get a feeler of how it was going to work, and I think it was the second week or third week. We had sort of 50 people, which was absolutely mad. The prize pot was massive, and it was I think it was a tenner entry, and I think it was well over 450 quid or something like that. It was the prize pool, which compared to now is monstrous. So, so what I'm doing at the moment now that it's quietened down a bit, is I put a poll out to see what kind of buy-ins people wanted, and people were sort of split between £5 and £10. And so I'm doing it alternate weeks, right? So I'm doing £5 one week, £10 the next week. I say that, but £5 normally comes with an add-on as well, so it's normally a tenner anyway. Just to keep the same pot and to keep it interesting. But you just get a bit more chips and you get a bit more playing time as well, so you feel like you're getting a bit more for your money. Hopefully. So the game is about to start. I think the tables are now just opening because my computer's probably frozen a little bit. If the stream video has frozen a little bit, I apologise for that. It should catch up in just a second, but hopefully the audio is still alright. Just bear with the computer for a second. So I'm just going to take a sip of beer and then and wait for the table to open. So quick check of Twitter. Yeah, so my table's open now. That's good, and the table is up, so let's see if I can just get the table on here so we can see what's going on. Boom, there it is. So shit, yeah, now from here you're going to be able to see my cards. So tournament is starting, off we go. Oh, now I'm just waiting for it to all sort of catch up. So apologies again if the video is not great. I've got quite an old laptop, so it's really pushing it trying to run this. Everyone's wishing good luck, that's good. So start with an ace-5, big blind. Check that. Try to check it. Right, and then while this is all going on, I'm going to see if I can get onto some of the tables as well. And then hopefully we can move between the games. Hopefully we can do that. So again, if the video just goes a bit funky while I'm doing this, then apologies for that. Just trying to get it all set up. So the boys are taking a knee on the pitch before the game kicks off. Black Lives Matter, of course, very important call, and one that we should all support. In my opinion, I think it's very, very important. Hold on 1 second. Right, so that's that done. Table 2. Let me see if I've got that. That is going to be this one. So, boom. So you can see on table 2, we've got Lammings, Spacko Nutter, Cav Dog, Jude from Hey Jude, and Fraser P. So they're playing their first hand of the night at the moment. I can't even remember why I had any notes on Fraser, but I'm not going to show you what they are, just in case. I think he's the only person I have notes on who's still playing. Let me just change my... These tables should be set so that they shouldn't be showing the big blinds. They should be showing the amounts, but yeah, I might have to fix that. I don't know how to do that while we're live, but right. So that's 2 tables set up now. I'm going to try and get the 3rd table set up in a second. Just fold the Jack 8 on the button. A lot of time to play for now. Just moving things around. Table number 3, get that opened up, and then you guys can see that. At the moment, only one person watching, if anyone. I mean, if you are here, then please just give me a shout, give me a chat. Let's have a chat. Game's kicked off. Robertson, Mane. So I've got Kevin De Bruyne, and I've got who else have I got? I've got Virgil van Dijk left in FPL, and so hopefully. I don't know what to expect for that, to be honest. They're going to offset each other. So a Van Dijk goal, I guess, 1-0 Liverpool, something like that, where all the bonus points go to him. Guess that would be the ideal. But we'll see. So table 3, let's just check to make sure this is who it's supposed to be. This should be Frankel at the bottom. No, this is not. So, okay, I'm just going to switch back to my table while I do this, and then I need to try and find out why it's not that table. So, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? I've got half a hand, so let's see if he's got an ace. Yeah, instant call. Yeah, I'm going to check that, because he's probably got an ace. Yeah. I had him beat until that ace came out. That's a bit frustrating. Nice hand, Achilles. Very nice hand. So, right, now I need to get these guys onto the screen. Oh, Liverpool almost scored there. So, very close. Right, table 3. Right, so I think I've got the other guys on there now. So, moving on to table 3. So Chris PM30, Minimi 7471, Jador 1212, and twice champion Frankel 1980. So they're on their way, starting away. So good luck to all of them. Good luck to everybody now involved. And yeah, hopefully we can have some fun. There's only 14 of us, which is fine. I mean, it's a bit difficult when it was a lot easier when. There was no football, there was none of this, none of that, and because what it meant was that people didn't have anything to do, anything to watch, and I imagine quite a few people are watching the Liverpool Man City game, and to be honest, myself included. I mean, I'm only really interested in watching it because they're 2 of the best teams in the country. No, that's rubbish. I'm only interested in watching it because of the FPL. I couldn't actually care less what the score is otherwise. So unless Van Dijk and De Bruyne score, then I'm not interested, to be honest. So I don't have a vested interest in any of them from a Footstock point of view or a Football Index point of view. I have no bet on the game in terms of SportStack, so I don't care. I really don't care. Right, so I'm going to try, as I say, I'm going to try and just amend the table so you can see the chip stacks that people have. I am not the current chip leader. Actually, I need to change that. I wish I was the current chip leader. Let me change that. That's probably a bit more important. Although let's not go too far away because we've got some cards here. So, alright, let's just open that up a little bit. Everything's moving kind of slow, so I'm just hoping that it's going to be okay. Oh, no one way to play. Okay. Fine. Achilles DBB9. He's on my table. So, right, let's see if we can change that around. That's fixed now. So Achilles, 11,100 chips. You are the chip leader, so you get the plaudits at the top of the screen for now. Right, nothing going on my table. Are there any other? So we'll just move over to these guys. These guys have a flop, couple of diamonds, ace 9 7. So Frankel's come in first to act with 2 times the big blind, which is what is it, 30 60, no, 25 50, so it's 100 chips, and Frankel takes it down. So last week when Frankel, I mean in the first half an hour, Frankie took most of the chips off everyone, to be honest. He knocked out so many people so quickly, it was absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, let's see if we can do the table settings here. Hopefully you can't see this while I'm changing things. So table graphics, table display is what I want. So it's all a bit slow. So I'm just looking. I've got no cards to look at, so that's fine. Change that. Apply changes. Let there be chips. Beautiful, so that's changed. Okay, and cards on mine as well now. Yeah, go on then, I'll see cards there. Keep interesting. What is he going? He's raising under the gun. No, he's raising under the gun. Lead out. So he's going to have maybe mid pocket pair, maybe overcards at the moment, and you're not even looking at the table, so you don't even know what's going on. So I've just, he's going to call me, which is interesting. So I've now got a back end flush draw. I'll just check that, and this will tell me whether he's got a hand, and I don't think he's got a hand, so I think my 2 might be alright here. So I'm going to bet a couple of hundred and see if he wants to call me. I think my 2 might be okay. Yeah, I thought it might be. You know, sort of thing, the way you have ace king, ace queen, ace jack, and you just get those flops where like you hit absolutely none of it, and it's just one of those you have to lay down at the end, because if somebody's calling you in the big blind with a bum ace, or connectors or suited cards, because people will play all sorts of different hands. And I mean, I'm not going to go out there and tell you I'm any kind of good poker player. I just enjoy playing the game, and I try and apply a few basic stuff. But ultimately, if I want to stick my chips in to see the cards, I will. And that's the way it is. I try and be sensible. I try to make rational decisions, but you know, sometimes you're just like, fuck it, go on then, 100 chips, what can I hit? And sometimes you hit it and sometimes you don't. So, right, Kevin De Bruyne on the attack, into Foden, De Bruyne. Oh, I say I only care about De Bruyne because he's in my fantasy league team. Somehow, even with the Tottenham game being an absolute disaster, I managed to pick up 6 points with Kane, which was good. So, yeah. Right, so we have 14 in the game still. Not sure we're going to get any more tonight. I say Man City Liverpool is probably a big reason for that, but that's okay. It's not a problem. Right, let's. I mean, this is going to screw up things on my screen, really, but let's just say hello to guys. Evening, guys. How's it going? Right, let's close that down, fold that down. See what's going on over on table 2 then. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, one thing as well I need to maybe change as well. The tournament details, because the tournament details are wrong at the moment, so let's just change that. So it's going to be 14 guys, rebuys are none. Add-ons are none at the moment. Prize pool is... Let's have a look as we watch Lamming's raise. We have a new chip leader as well at the moment. Prize pool is 70 quid. In the money is only 2. So all of this stuff, you get nothing for 3rd, nothing for 4th, and at the moment you're getting £45.50 and £24.50. Right, so cool, that's fine. 2 places paid. And then we can go back to... Oh, something's gone wrong. Aye. That's much better. And I think it's now... Ooh, that's not on my screen at the moment, but I have top pair, which is kind of nice. It is Jude from Hey Jude who is leading the way, so let's put a bet in now, please. Jude from Hey Jude, you are the chip leader, so lovely jubbly. Who have I got? I've got one other caller, so let's go. Oh, and you're still not watching my screen. Well, this is what's going on our table. We've got 2 pair. I've got 2 pair at the moment. He's going to call. So unless he's got like a 2 or something like that. Well, clearly not. He mucked. So that's a good one for me. So yeah, that's cool. Let me just review that. Yep, accepted, done that. He's in. His money is good to me. So hopefully he joins up now. So right, so I think that's it. I think that's updated now. So we've got 14 entrants, no rebuys, no add-ons as yet, no aggressive play as yet. We've got about 15 minutes until that rebuy period ends, and then everybody gets a chance to add on. So I'm just going to ping a little reminder in for everyone. Don't forget to add on. just so people don't forget, basically. It's always good for the pot, as we say. If you get knocked out early or adding on, is basically being good for the pot. So guys, as I was saying earlier, if anyone's here, then hello. Welcome to the stream. Apologies if the video is not very good. I'm running 3 poker tables and trying to run the stream, and my laptop is not fantastic. So I'm looking at trying to see if I can upgrade it, but it depends on if I can get any content out that people want to watch. So I'm just having a look at things like looking at Football Index at the moment. I was saying looking at Football Index. I've been on Football Index for since January 2019 and doing very well, which is good. I've been on Footstock since end of April this year. Started off well, dropped away a bit. Dropped away quite considerably actually. But still in profit, so I can't complain. I actually like the engagement side of the platform. It's interesting. It's a little bit less passive compared to FI, which has its pros and cons. And just started up on SportStack as well, so just chucked a few quid in there. Well, I chucked 100 quid in there, made about 20 quid, so I withdrew my 100, and now I'm just playing with that 20 quid. So I've taken that 20 up to 55 quid now, so I'm just doing quite well. Things like the Burnley game was a good one because I had Dwight McNeil and Ashley Westwood and Charlie Taylor, and Burnley obviously beat Palace 1-0. All 3 of those guys doing very well. McNeil had a lot of shots on target and stuff like that. I am not going to call you with my Jack 8. You can go away, Mason Greenwood. Oh. I wish I could tell you what I was drinking. I have no idea. I can't remember what I poured. But I got a box from a company called Flavorly, which is like IPAs and things like that. And they send you a box, 30 quid, a couple of glasses as well, which are very, very nice. In fact, the glasses are probably worth more than the beer, to be honest. Wow. Okay, right, so I'm going to call this. So I hope that he's got like a queen or pair of queens or something like that. And I hope this hand goes really, really fast and nobody sees it. Looks like he's in. I hope I get a call here. I hope he calls me. Right, I'm going to put in a half decent bet here because I want a call, but I want to get some chips. Check's a bit annoying. How much do you think he'll pay me for? 700? 850. Just over half pot. It's not a huge bet. Scheme of things. Might get a call with that, and then I'm going to show quad 4s, quad 6s. Come on, call me. I mean, you could put me all in. That'd be lovely if you did. Yeah, nice call that. Lovely. You can muck those cards, whatever they were. I don't care what they were. Maybe I'll throw some love his way. Oh, everything's frozen on me. Jeez, the whole thing's frozen. Fold that. So, right, so I am 4th at the moment, and let's just have a quick look where we are in terms of the tournament itself. So, we have... Oh, I've left the chat over there. That's not good, is it? Well... Oh, no, I haven't. That's fine, actually. That's fine. No worries, no worries, no worries. Talking to myself there, which is ironically what I'm actually doing the whole time. So, oh well. Right, 8-9 I'm going to fold, and let's update these details on the tournament. So, we now have 16 people. We have 1 rebuy. Somebody rebought. which means we now have a prize pool of 85 quid. Up it goes. Lovely jubbly. In the money is now 3. So first place drops to 42.50. Second place down goes up a little bit to 25.50. Just going to fold those cards there. Oh, is that Ali Murti? I think has joined our table. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Third place now gives you a cool. Ooh, did I miss it? What was it? £17. Cool. So the add-on is add-on's worth it, to be honest. I mean, you're gonna chuck some. You're gonna get some extra chips, right? So the break is in 9 minutes. There'll be a 3-minute break. I'll probably just take it as an opportunity to go for a quick piss or something. Make sure that I've got a beer topped up. I've got one ready here actually. This is part of that flavorly stuff. So it's a Ridgeline Pale Ale. You can see that. They're quite weak. This one's 3.7%. The one I was drinking earlier was like 2.5. Almost wasn't worth it. But yeah, it's not the worst thing, I guess, as a session beer if you want. There we go. Has De Bruyne just had a chance? I'm having a look. I'm about 50 seconds behind on the game itself. It must do. Alisson's having a goal kick. So if you just joined, I mean, say something in the chat. Let me know you're here. I've got the chat up so I can say hello. If you want to steal my cards, then shame on you. But you know, it can't be helped, I guess. You know, anybody be here to win 10 quid? This is about being a bit of fun, right? That's the whole point of the start of it. You know, when we started lockdown, as I said earlier, the whole point was just to have a bit of fun, get a few lads who I know like gambling, Football Index, to play a few cards, and you know, and that's where we got to. We're 13, 14 weeks down the line. Lockdown's being lifted as we go, and here I am actually streaming something, which I never thought I'd do, to be honest. So I even bought a webcam. I even got a microphone. Microphone's down here, and it's working. Seems to be working quite well, so that's good. Oh, ref penalty. Nah, no chance. Seems to be working quite well. So I just hope that the stream quality is alright. The video isn't too jumpy, and if it is, I do apologise. But hopefully you can either bear with me, or you can come back another week when hopefully I've made some improvements to it. So the missus took like 10 years worth of photos off the laptop this morning and last night. So hopefully there was a bit of memory spare. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this laptop to have a look and see if we can upgrade the RAM on it as well, which will hopefully give it a bit of extra power. But it may just be down to the processor. But it's an i3 processor, so it should be fine. If you want to shirt, by the way, 15 entrance, 2 rebuys. Prize pool is now £95. We are now back up to £47.50 for first, £28.50 and £19. Lovely. That is beautiful. And chip leader is still Jude from Hey Jude, which is pretty cool, although I think actually Coley Scrooge has just taken it from him, so I can update that as well. Something is not quite right, I don't think. Yeah, OBS keeps disconnecting. This is not good. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But if it is and this has messed up, then yeah. It's a bit of a shame if it has, to be honest. But that was Mini Sim. He's in, he's gone. Didn't fancy rebuying. I didn't see what happened. I was too busy getting notifications from OBS that the stream was dying, so I chose not to see what was going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, while this is going on, I'm going to have a look at Twitter and see if anyone's saying it. I keep getting a notification from OBS saying that it keeps disconnecting, which really worries me, to be honest, because I don't even know if the stream is working properly. You know, I had tested it out and everything was fine, but it just doesn't seem to be working. So I hope it is. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm checking it and it's not really working. So let's see what the stream mouth is like at the moment. So guys, I hope it's not completely buggered. Everyone taking the opportunity to add on. I mean, if this stream is a load of shit by the end of it, then what I'm obviously going to do is I'm just going to delete it, and yeah, we'll see. Don't forget to add on. Don't forget to add on. Don't forget to add on. So 13 add-ons. Just on a break at the moment, so these are the details at the moment. So if we transition into that, not sure how good that is. However, let's just see if I can make that any bigger at all. I don't know if I do this, it's going to get bigger on the screen, which I don't really want to do. That did not work. But yeah, Cody Scrooge is first. First prize has now gone up to £8, which is nice, and I will change that on the screen. So we're still at 17 entries. We had 2 rebuys and we had 13 add-ons. Prize pool is now going to be 160. In the money is 3, so 4th place is gone. 32 place for 3rd place. 48 pounds for 2nd place. 80 pounds for 1st place. Better than a kick in the teeth on a Thursday night, that, I have to say. So if you haven't added on yet, more for you guys, to be honest. I think it's just Achilles. I've said don't forget to add on. Yeah. So going back to the main table, Cody Scrooge is leading the way. I mean, the streaming quality is quite bad, guys. So what maybe I don't know what to do with delete the other two tables and then have the one table until the end. I hope that maybe that puts less just to try and help it. So apologies now, I won't be showing anybody else's poker until the games are done. So let's just try and speed up the system a little bit. Oh, Man City have scored a second goal. Is that Foden into Sterling? No, it's Jesus. It's Foden into... Yeah, it's into Sterling. So Sterling against his old club. Lovely. So that's good. We hate to see Liverpool lose, don't we? Such a shame. Right, so now we're going to keep my eyes close to the game. And hopefully see how we get on. So again, apologies if the stream is now only just improving. To be honest, I thought it might be able to run it, but it's not running it properly, which is a bit of a shame. So anyway, right, so we've done quite well to start with. I mean, we're up in 5th out of 16 at the moment, so that's quite good. We've got pocket jacks, so you know this guy's raising probably with an ace or something like that. So we're gonna chuck in a raise, see if he's interested in having some fun. He's going to disappear, of course. He's just going to call me. That is possibly the worst flop I could have seen. To be honest, I would have been better off seeing like a third spade, knowing that I've got the jack high. That's just terrible, and I can't make any bet whatsoever here. Because if I represent, no. So maybe sitting on like queens, and I can bet maybe, I don't know, 700, and he'll just disappear. It's such a small bet, I'm not sure whether he's just going to come over the top and raise me though. But we'll see. Didn't like it. We must have had like a mid pocket or something like that. Like 8s or 9s or something. I can't see what else he would raise pre-flop with and then call a re-raise pre-flop. Unless he's got a mid pocket like 9s or 8s or something like that. And then I check the first one. And that puts me up to 4th, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chip leader as well. So the chip leader is still Coley Scrooge. Interesting having 2s there at the moment now as well. So Lambing in 2nd place, Cav Dog in 3rd. In fact, Cav Dog has just dumped a bunch of chips apparently, so now I'm up into 3rd. So that's good. 3rd is in the money, but there's a long way to go. Right, so I think having closed down those other tables, it's got a lot better. I can see on my OBS studio that things have improved. So maybe that was maybe where I was making a mistake. So for half an hour, the first 10 minutes, the first 5 minutes I spoke and my microphone was muted. That was a great start. And then after that, then it was a skippy stream until now. But now we've got just the one set of hands on here. It seems to be a lot better. So that's good. If you're in the chat, I see a couple more people coming in now. Or a couple of people are here now. So if you're in the chat, then just say hello. Write something. I don't mind. I'm happy to engage with you. I know I'm a couple of minutes ahead. Or behind, sorry. I'm a couple of minutes behind you. So I will see... I'll see your messages obviously in real time when you type them, but you guys are reacting to something that that I've said 2 minutes ago. So that's a bit odd. But we've got, I mean, yeah, I'm looking down at my stream thing now and I can see how much smoother it is. I'm watching myself play those pocket jacks, so it's interesting. Right, 8-9 offsuit, under the gun, no thank you. So we should be getting a break fairly soon, I think, after the next hand. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the front screen on, mute the mic, go for a pee, make sure the missus is okay, make sure the kids are okay, put the little one to bed just before this, and then normally if she needs something she comes into the room, but I told her she couldn't come into the room tonight, so yeah, I don't know how she's dealing with that. So that is the 5-minute break. I will chuck on the screen the tournament details so you can see those, and then I will leave it there. So right, 5-minute break starts when that comes up. So let me just to create something quickly so that anybody that joins knows that I am still here. So just bear with me a second. Be right back. In fact, actually, cancel that, discard. Yeah, see, if I waste too much time trying to do this, then all that's going to happen is oh, come on, is I'm going to run out of time, basically. So be right back. So you might be seeing that coming up in the corner of the screen. If you are cool, this is live editing as we go. That's how I do it. But I do whatever the hell I want, to be honest. My stream, it's a break, so right, let's pick a nice blue colour like all the others. It's deep dark navy Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs. Nice dark background going on. Change that. In fact, let's just make it a bit more. Alignment in the centre. Yeah, and you can't see what I'm doing here, which is kind of cool. I didn't realise I could do that, so and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the mic, and then I'm going to disappear for a few minutes, 3 minutes. Right, see you in a bit. Right, that's me back. Let's get back into the action. Boom. Bit of chat going on. Pepper always rotates. So, okay, there's a bit of chat going on. So what I'm going to do is try and just move that out there so we can see what's going on in the chat. Now I don't know whether you can see that, so if you can, that's great. Right, real question: if Pep replaces David Silva, Bernardo Silva cost me so much because of that. Will De Bruyne want to stay? Interesting question. Oh, it's 3-0. It's 3-0. Who scored? Did I miss a goal? Did I miss a goal? Oops, that's not good. Right, I'll fold that. I'm just going to shut the door. Right, so if you're just joining now, welcome. I've just had a quick break. We just had a quick break in the poker. Cody Scrooge is smashing it at the moment with 35,000 chips. It's all anyone's to play for at the moment, so you know, just blinds will tick along every 5 minutes. They will go up, so that's great. Oh, Foden's got a goal as well. Jesus Christ, I'm getting battered. What a way to win the league, eh? And talking as a Tottenham fan who just got absolutely destroyed. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. That is amazing. That is a 100-point week for me. Guaranteed. Lovely jubbly. 100-point week FPL. FPL smashing it. Lovely jubbly. Geez, 110 messages in my flipping Tottenham chat. That means that we were shit. Well, I know we were shit. That's obvious. Am I going to get anybody playing with me for... with the pocket aces? I can't. I've got to do. Well, let's raise it up again. This is going to be interesting now. I mean, whatever happens, it's very aggressive. That's a bum card. So if you're sitting there with kings or queens, the only thing that's going to kill me is pocket jacks here. Pocket jacks. Queen 7. Okay. Yes! GG. It's always nice when that happens. Right, guys, so then literally what I can do is I can now go into here. I can now go into here and quite happily write this name. Thinking queens or jacks. It wasn't jacks. Sorry, Ali Murty. Yeah, you walked straight into it. If you want to watch it back, that was live on stream. Lol. Right, 10-9 on the button. Right, so as a celebration of that, I'm going to crack open a Vocation Love and Hate. This tropical beer is absolutely lovely. It's pretty punchy at 7.2%. So so don't have too many of these if I were you. And this is a nice nice sized 440ml can. So lovely. Pour that away. Oh, it's lovely. Look at that tropical goodness. Beautiful. Nice cloudy IPA. Lovely stuff. I'm not playing with that. A couple of aces on the board, no chance. So no one said hello in the chat. That's a bit disappointing. You're just trying to steal my cards, see how I play. I'll find out who you are. But clearly Addy Murty wasn't looking at my cards. There's no way he was looking at my cards, because yeah, that was quite clear. That was quite clear. But Jesus, so much chat. Let me just say FPL, De Bruyne, and Kane, lovely. Boom. 100 points. Happy days. So Son has gone. Not really sure. You might be able to hear the typing if you can. The microphone's there. I can't really do anything about that. If I could, I'd have the microphone up there, so you know it wouldn't be near. Of course, Sane's gone. I don't even know why I typed that, to be honest, because everyone knows he's gone. It's all confirmed, etc. Jesus Christ! Looking at Roy Keane. Looks like they've just picked him up off the side of the street. I reckon he's 10 times better than Nabry. Well, Nabry scored 4 against us, so I hope not. Yeah. Oh, we've had another casualty. Cavdog is gone. You can see at the top of the screen, just here, I'm now second out of 14. So Spacko Nutter must have taken Cavdog out, so well done to him. He is cruising at 57,000 chips at the moment. There are a total of, well, it's 27,500 chips average across 14. I can't do that maths quick enough. I'm just actually, while this is just playing out, coming around to me, I'm not playing in that one. I'm just having a look at the Foden goal now. So it looks like Jesus into Foden into, is that Gundogan? Oh, a lovely little ball around the corner from De Bruyne. Foden's a special kid. Honestly, he's a special kid. I mean, I've only got 35 of him in Football Index, but he's obviously just going to absolutely rock it. In fact, if he's not £8 by now, I'd be very surprised. I'm just going to go and check him. Everyone's buying him. £7.65. Yeah, it's just going nuts. And £7.66. He scored again or something? Just going nuts for it. He scored again. It's half time. Jesus Christ. Losing my mind. Losing my mind. Right, a couple of queens on the board here with Sacred and Achilles. And now possibility of a flush. So we'll see how this is going to play out. Sacred off first to act. He's got more than almost twice as many chips as Achilles, so he's well covered if he wants to play this a bit more aggressively, but he chooses to check, and Achilles goes in about just over half pot, and I think that probably, yeah, that's going to be enough to push him away. So yeah, just can't get away from the youth, can we? So I mean, I just so I'm looking, Greenwood's up 32p for me, Foden's up £1.34, which is pretty good. My biggest hold is Harry Kane. Scored again and is still down at 681. I mean, he's not going to get the media. He's not going to win PB. It was a pretty poor performance from Tottenham all round. In terms of the media, Aubameyang's top, clearly off the back of last night's brace. And for my sins, I actually captained him in FPL. I feel completely sick about it, but 32 points. I can't turn your nose up at 32 points. I was in a chat group. We were saying that he had the most touches in the box since we've been back out of any striker, and they were playing Norwich at home. So it was just a really obvious choice to have him, and I already had him in the squad. So from an FPL point of view, making him captain was kind of a no-brainer really. So Sacred taking down a half-decent pot there, 8,000 chips. Not sure what Achilles was looking for. Nice easy fold that. Get rid of my cards. I'm hoping at the same time, if people are looking at the cards, that there's nobody watching. Nobody's watching. So nobody's looking at my cards and hoping that they can rule out hands and things like that. That'd be a bit cheeky, would it? So anyway, yeah, Aubameyang's top in media at the moment in terms of the match day. Ruben Garcia, Golini, and Oyarzabal are topping. De Bruyne is heading very quickly towards Starman, so wouldn't surprise me if he picked that up along the way as well. Right, what have we got here? Big blind, ace-9. Still sitting in second place at the moment. So actually I need to change. I'm not the chip leader. So let's move that out. I think this stream would be better if I had some music on it. I think maybe just something for people to listen to will be better. Yeah, I'm going to call with ace-9. 6, 7, 8, 9, open-ended straight draw. That's kind of nice. I'll chuck 500 into the maybe see if we can just knock out a couple of people, so we're not playing with so many. So Spacco Nutter, you are the chip leader at the moment, so didn't really get rid of anyone there. So I'm going to check, maybe try and take a free cheap card. Raise pre-flop, these guys were all going to be sitting on an ace something, and that probably makes a lot of hands, but my kicker is not very good, so it's not ideal for me. Achilles probably coming in with like an ace king, ace queen, although he's on. Whoa, neither of them had an ace. Okay, I'll take that. Interesting. I mean, I can look back and see. Let's see what they had. It's a very, very odd raise pre-flop, unless they had something like a mid-pocket pair or something like that, jacks or tens. I reckon one of them had a pocket pair of some kind. They must have done, because they would have just been hanging. Well, no, it must have been. I don't know actually. One had 10 queen. Achilles had 10 queen, and obviously had that king of spades. Achilles hanging around for the straight, or any other card. So it's kind of a nice one just to check out, and away we go. So not getting involved too many people there. So ace jack, couple of jacks on the flop. So yeah, going back to a football index, talking about my Coley has joined us on the table, very nice. My portfolio. So I've got 19 players in there. A bunch of those I added. I mean, I'm very late to the party. I mean, it's stupid because I've been on for 18 months, so I should just have all of the young players in theory. But I went pretty heavy on Kane when I was thinking about the media coming around a potential move for him to go to United, but I think United are now setting up so they don't need him. Which, I mean, as a Tottenham fan, I don't care. The man just bangs goals for fun. He's kind of like Lewandowski in the fact that he'll just score goals. It doesn't matter. He'll just score goals. This is something's going on. Oh, Achilles got scared there. So and Achilles down to like 5,600 chips. Clearly trying to bluff something there. Wasn't going well. I'm going to raise this up with Jack 10. There's nobody there behind me, so if Sacred wants to step aside, I will try and take him out with Jack 10. Yeah, good luck, good luck, good luck. This means that he's going all in. Yeah, go on then. I don't mind. 5,000 chips, this is fun. This is just for a bit of fun. Ace 7. Just hit something in the middle will be nice. Nah, I didn't hit it. That's a shame. That's a shame. Nice hand. I wanted to do that. I wanted to... It's a shame I didn't have a better ace, because that would have been nicer, but... I'm just seeing the Man City players coming back out. It must be late coming back out onto the pitch. I mean, it's already 20 past 9 on my screen, so... Alright, I'm going to pressure him here a little bit. Go with 30% of the pot. I've got my thing set up for 30-70 pot. So Ace Jack, I've got a pretty decent kicker. That's not a terrible bet for me to make. So I think he realised that I had the ace at that point. So not a difficult fold, but there we go. Fold the king 7. No problem at all. So moving on from Football Index, I mean, I'm also got a little stake in Footstock. I've got about 1,600 quid in there at the moment. Started off for me just with the frozen PPG. I was pretty happy with the way things were set up for that. I dabbled in the virtuals, but then what did it for me was I was a little bit down and everything was fine. I had no real concerns, no real issues. But then I had a little run on the 8-man roulette tournaments and picked up a couple of decent cards. I picked up an Azpilicueta and I picked up a James Ward-Prowse and then I picked up a Fred. And I just had those sitting there. And so what I did is I just thought, well, you know what, I'll just chuck them in a 16-man. I'll chuck 2 of them in a 16-man and 1 of them in a 32-man. And I won the 16-man with 1 of them. And that was in the evening of, I think it was the 10th of June. And then, or something like that. And then the next overnight, because I've obviously won a 16-man, I had like 3 Freds and 5 Aspis and a couple of JWPs and some Pierre Hoibergs as well. And then I just filled up the 16 and 32 men. Didn't think anything of it, just thought I'd fill them up, just put them in. And then I woke up 8 o'clock in the morning, they ran, and I won the 16 man. And then I won a 32 man, and then I won the 16 man. Before I knew it, I'd gone from being 100 quid down or something like that on the platform, and that's including my bonus cards, right? So then I went sort of 200-300 quid up or something like that. Oh, this is an awkward place to be in, isn't it? What do I beat? What do I beat? He surely said I've got to be hoping for the straight rather than anything else. Yeah, so then I won that 16, 32, 16. Oh, that's not helped me at all. No, I've got nothing. Pair of threes. Won the 16, 32, and the 16, and then suddenly I just had a bunch of players, right? Because at that time the points per game was frozen, so you were seeing the same 4 guys all the time, and So what I was doing is I was just chucking. I just filled them up, just continued to fill them up, and just filled them up over and over and over again. And over the course of the day, I managed to accumulate another 13, 16 man wins. And I was just in every single one, just rolling them over and over and over again. And yeah, I won another 13, 16 mans. And they were about 150 quid a pot at the time. So yeah, that was like 1,900 quid. Just in the space of a day. I think I ended up making about $2,000, 2,200 quid in a day. My collection value went from 1,800 quid up to 4,400 or 4,500 at its peak. And then I was like, right, let's de-risk a little bit. Sold a bunch of cards. Had about 300-400 quid to play around with, and then, you know, because once you're in throwing cards in, you're just throwing cards in over and over. And some guys are successful, some guys are not, and you'll go on good and bad runs. So, you know, I thought, well, 300 quid is going to get me 10, 20 spins or something like that. So, yeah, I'll just chuck that in, no, it's going to give me more than that. It's going to be about 30 spins, roughly. So I just thought I'd chuck them in, and that was going to be that. So, you know, that went well, sold a bit, and then the market began to crash quite significantly. And Sterling's almost scored a second there. His second. Very, very close. Yeah, and so the market began to crash, and it was just you know, big. It was just lucky, really, more than anything, that I won what I had. I feel bad for anybody who didn't have anything like that or anywhere near that. And you know, the value of their collection would have dropped considerably. So, which would have been a shame. You know, I still enjoy Footstock as a platform. I think it's great, and I think they're doing the right things to try and protect the market, and that's great for sort of long-term success. So, yeah, I've got no issues with that, and I'm still enjoying it. Even though they've brought the rakes back and stuff like that, I still enjoy chucking into a 16 man, a 32 man every now and again. I'm getting called very quickly here. This is very, very odd. He's almost at pot now, so if he's got aces, then I'm all sorts of screwed, but he's not gonna. This is bizarre. Right, okay, well, I'm gonna bet the pot and see what you do. Do you want to play? Ace Queen, I hope, something like that. What have you got? Takes a sit back, and waits for Green Wildcat to do what? Nothing. I'll take that. So sitting pretty in third at the moment. We're down to SportStack is still leading the way. So the ticker at the top is still accurate. So that's good. We are down to 11. Achilles is the short stack at the moment on 11,258 chips, and he's sitting here on our table, which is great. Spack and Nutter is on the other table, which is also great. Don't want to be up here with the another chip leader, so that's good. And things are going quite well. Betting quite well. I'm getting some respect on some bets, which is nice, and also hitting some cards, and that helps. You know, so when things are going well, the game's quite easy. I mean, it just ends up. You just need one bit of bad luck and only one hand, and that can change everything, right? So, anyway, right, have another sip. Man City's seemingly cruising at the moment. It's like Liverpool just switched off. I thought the one game they wouldn't want to switch off would be this one. It's bizarre. That's a poor pass. There's absolutely no doubt Man City are in for a striker this summer. Absolutely no doubt whatsoever in my mind. I don't think Jesus is good enough to replace Aguero. Just isn't. He isn't the same type of player. He isn't. He's more a support striker, and he might work well in a 2 or on maybe the right or left hand side of a 3. I mean, to be fair, even the focal point of a 3, like a Firmino type role, maybe might be better for him. But as a lead number 9, who is expected to bang the goals, no. They're not going to replace Aguero's goals with Jesus. No chance. He's just not good enough. Aguero was something special though, and he has been for 8 years now. 8 years since that Aguero last minute winner against QPR. So still, for me, as someone who has never got to the final day of the season anywhere near the top of the league, the best we got. Oh wow, Mane. The best we got was that season when we finished third in the 2-horse race. That was terrible. That was just the most pathetic ending. I think 10-man Newcastle beat us 5-0 if I remember. I was sitting in a bar in where was I? So I was in Cambodia at the time. I was living across in the Far East. Was over there for about 5 years, but at that time I remember being in Cambodia. I remember leaving the missus and the little one and saying, right, I'm going to go find a sports bar. And the problem they had was that the Tottenham game was on a stream that was delayed, and the main game was the Arsenal game, which was so frustrating because I was fine. I was at the bar, I was having some food and a beer, and I was watching the game, no problem. But because the Tottenham game was behind the Arsenal game, which was on screen, and you know what crowds are like on the last day of the season, crowds in the ground, they react to what's going on. So, I hear a huge cheer over there, and I'm thinking, well, that's it. Newcastle have scored, and the fact that I don't hear any groans means that I know that Tottenham haven't scored. So it was probably the most miserable hour and a half sitting in a bar in Cambodia on my own, knowing that we'd finished third to Arsenal, and then behind Leicester, who had won the league. With my mum as a Leicester fan, the whole family on my mum's side's Leicester. Oh, Mane, such a cheat. Oh, he's actually given it. He said it's outside as well. Amazing. That's amazing. He's given it outside. And a yellow card for who? Laporte, I guess. Oh no, Walker. That's so pathetic. I hate that about football now. It's definitely outside the box. And it's definitely outside the box. That's a good decision. But it's not. Yeah, it's outside the box. But it's not even a foul. It's so pathetic. I don't care if you're running at 100 miles an hour. It says no foul by Walker on the screen. It clearly was a foul. Well, the ref thought so anyway. But it's such a pathetic foul nowadays. Even at full speed, I mean, well, I don't know. Mane, Salah, they're brought up to go down easy. The whole Premier League. I'm not saying Liverpool as such, although I obviously am. But the whole league now is it's just people just go to ground so easy. It's not really a contact sport anymore. You're not really shown as strong by being strong. You're shown as clever by falling over, which I think is absolute bullshit. But it is what it is. That's Trent wide and free kick. Oh well. So yeah, talked about Football Index, talked about Footstock. I dabbled in SportStack. I mean, I like it. I think you need to be somebody that's that's watching in play, right? You want to be betting in play for me. The SuperStack thing, I think, is too much like fixed odds, in that you basically bet on a player to be the best performer in the game, and you get a fixed odds to win it. And it doesn't say you get fixed odds, but you do. Put £10 on, get £60 back. It's a 5-to-1 bet straight away. It's a fixed odds bet. So I don't want to sugarcoat it anyway. It is, but the in-play betting is interesting. And the matrix as to how they build up their scores is pretty cool. And I've done all right out of it so far. So I dropped in £100, got some free shares in Bruno and Salah and Kevin De Bruyne. I think in the end, because I don't think Salah started the first game that I had the shares in him for. And then and then did all right from there. And then I think I withdrew my 100 quid at like 135. And so I've paid off that 135 quid, and now I'm at 55 quid. I think I had Harry Wilson. I sold Harry Wilson shares. I shorted him against Newcastle, and they got absolutely battered, but he didn't start. So what happens when they don't start, in order to protect your stake, is that they remove the bet. Essentially, they just refund you. So, well, I've had ace king, pocket nines, now pocket sixes. I'll just call this one, see if I can get anyone to play with me. So yeah, so that's gone quite well. I mean, the last game, in the Burnley game, I had Ashley Westwood for a little bit, although I sold him too early before he got that assist for Benjamin Mee, which was a bit annoying. I lost out on, I don't know, 5, 6p, 7p, 8p, something like that per share, and I think I had about 30, so it's just a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to call you. Let's see how lucky you are. Pair of fives. Oh, that's harsh. That is harsh. That is harsh. Unlucky, my friend. Unlucky. Unlucky, my friend. Wow. Jesus Christ, the cards. This is mad. Now I'm going to shove this guy in. He's not going to know what the fuck I'm doing. Go on then. Why not? What do you want now? Ace 10. No ace. Ah. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. Oh well. So Lammings has picked up some chips, and Spacker Nutter has dropped right down to 30k. So we need to update that. Lammings is, you know, I like Lammings. He comes along. He talks well about the poker. He wants to play. He's a good guy to have on Football Index. He's very positive as well. So, oh, go on, De Bruyne. Ooh. And yeah, and he does well. He does well. So he's a very knowledgeable guy, and you know, I think he's won it once as well, which is good. Don't mind that. Just as long as it's not tonight. Would be nice to win this one live. That'd be interesting. Probably have a couple more viewers or something like that. Still nobody chatting. I mean, I've got this as top chat, live Matt. This is, some messages aren't visible. Okay, so it now says live chat now. So if you're there, there's two of you. It says that you're there. Then just chuck something in the chat. If you see this 2 minutes in the future or in the past, then just say hello. And just tell me whether you're here to watch the stream or whether you're here just to steal my cards. That's all I want to know. That's all I'm interested in. You come here, you could have a chat, have a beer, whatever. I don't mind. I don't mind sitting down in third place at the moment. JDord1212 has picked up some chips on the other table, and he is now up to 58,000 chips. So that's Lammings on 71k, JDor on 58k, myself 47k. Jeez, I've got nines. So okay, right. Before I carry on with that, in the last like 5-6 hands, I've had ace king, nines, sixes, then queens, and now nines. Or did I have kings actually at the start there? I can't remember. Foden, £7.83. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Right, this is nice. Trips. Don't want to flush. The flush draw is a bit awkward for me. I'm pretty aggressive here. I'll be pretty unlucky if he had kings, I have to say. He's not going to have the ace king of hearts, so that's fine. So if he's got a king, he's not got a flush. So that's good. He's not got a flush draw, he need run a runner. So even if he's got the ace, that's good for me. Oh, Coley, boo. I was hoping he had a king. Desperately hoping he had a king. That chucks me up into second place. Jay Dora's dropped a few chips. So, these are the details at the moment, guys. So, you got Achilles down here in 10th. He is, the blinds are what? 600, 1200. So he's got about, I don't know, 13 big blinds, something like that. 13, 14, 13. So he's going along. He's going to have to make a move soon. But just hanging on at the moment. So we'll play to the guys that finish. We need everybody to enjoy it, and the guys that don't finish it, which is often me. Because as long as everybody's having fun, then we get them to come back, or people come back, and we play poker again. And yes, it's only 17 people this time, but 17 people just for a weekly game is pretty good. I don't think you could go anywhere and have many places and have 17 people just rock up for a game. And with 150 people in the club or something like that, then it's quite good. It's quite good. Gives people ace 3 going to be good enough. Yep. So it gives people, gives us a chance to get decent numbers and then a half decent pot. I mean, we had 32 entries as such. We had 17 entries, 2 rebuys, and 13 people added on. So we have £160 in the pot, 3 in the money, £80, £48, and £32. So decent enough pot for a Thursday night. Just sitting down watching some football, playing some poker. I mean, maybe you're not here watching the stream, but that's fine. I don't mind that. You can watch it back later. You can look to where if you're on my table, you can look to see how you played a hand if you want, or whatever. I don't mind. Do whatever you want with it. I might have to cut the first 30 minutes of the stream because when I was doing the 3 tables, the computer couldn't handle it. But I'm pretty sure that now things are going a lot smoother, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, GG to those that played, obviously. Jude from Hey Jude, Mini-Me 7471. Frankie couldn't get his hat-trick win. He has won a couple of times. I said last week, half an hour in, I think he'd knocked 6 people out in half an hour. It was an absolute destruction. And City have scored a 4th here. Who scored? De Bruyne into Sterling. That's a De Bruyne assist, surely. That's a De Bruyne assist, surely. I'm thinking of my FPL team. Desperately thinking of my FPL team. Oh, it's an own goal. Oh, it's an own goal. Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck. I really, really thought that I was going to get... we're not watching the cards, are we? Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. Let's get you back to the cards. There's an all-in. Green Wildcat's going all-in. Coley Scrooge has raised under the gun. So there's definitely skin in here. Achilles has decided to fold. I think Coley will call this. So what have we got then? What are we going up against? So ace 5 against ace 8. So Green Wildcat, the cards look like they've already come through. If that was too quick, I mean, I don't even know what happened there, to be honest. I don't know what happened. Let me see if I can go back. So ace 5 against ace 8. So in fact it was a split pot. So the pot was the board was ace 2 2 9 3. So the pot was split aces and 2s with a 9 kicker. So ace 8, the 8 did not come into play and the 5 did not come into play. So well, never mind. Never mind. Frankie, welcome to the stream. Sorry, man. If you said that, hey, I've just said hello. Said hello on stream. You'll see it in 2 minutes. You'll see it in 2 minutes. Yes, okay. There. Shout out to Frankie. He's there. What was I saying? So yeah, so aces, 2s, and a 9. So split pot. Green Wildcat lives to fight today. Back to the chat. No one's saying anything. 3-4 fold. Let's have a quick look, see what's going on in the Football Index in terms of the PB. So Ruben Garcia is still topping the midfield, still star man. De Bruyne at 206, he's got 25 minutes. Yeah, to be honest, he's going to get pulled, right? So I can't see him now catching 238 unless he scores. He won't otherwise. So Phil Foden's up in 6th with 163 with a goal. So all is not all in. And Green Wildcat, unfortunately, has fallen on his sword. Thanks for playing. Out in 10th place. And we are down to the final 9. 6 will make us get to the final table. And 3 get to the money. So still a lot to play for. King Queen's good. 3,500 chips. I think we can do that. That is not ideal. But ain't cold. Yeah, I thought you might push that. Yeah, I'm not interested. I wanted to see a card. I wanted to see one of my cards, but yeah, no good. Getting aggressive. Coley getting aggressive. I'll lay down the ace-9. I'll let him catch some other person. It's getting tight at the top now. Lammings is still leading. He's up there with 61,000. If this comes ace-9, oh well. Not a great kicker. 61,000 chips. Second place, J-Dor, 57,000 chips, and then myself with 53,000. Coley's making a push to get towards the top 3 now as well. He's now moved up to 5th place. Up the rear, Achilles and Fraser. Achilles on 28k. So yeah, he's still cruising in terms of big blinds. I mean, I think I can change mine to see. Cannot? No. Okay, let me change this. Let me change this back. So I'm going to change this back. This table settings back, so I can see big blinds. I like to see the big blinds because I need to know how I'm doing in relation to the game, personally. So I tend to look at big blinds as a measure of how I'm doing. So I'll just change that on the settings. You can't see what I'm doing. That's fine. So I have 37.8 big blinds. Achilles has 20. So 20 big blinds is 28,990 chips. And we've got about 9 minutes until the next break, and I get a chance to go for a pee. I'm just going to top up my beer. Frankie, you having a beer? Hope you're having a beer. I am having a Vocation, Love and Hate. This stuff is lovely, man. Honestly. Tropical Pale Ale, New England Pale Ale. It is pretty heavy, though. I mean, look at that. If you can read that, webcam's quite good, so you can see that. 7.2%. That stuff. Don't drink too many. The only thing with this is it doesn't actually look like it's much when you're calling. Only one big blind to call. Okay, I'll just call. And then you realise, you go back and you realise you've stuck like 3,000 chips in. So no, I've just stuck an extra 800 chips in there to get absolutely nothing. So Frankie, what hand did you go out to? What did you have? Did you get the lovely pocket queens? Were they the ones that you talk about so much? I mean, maybe if I check the WhatsApp, you might say what you went out on to this week. Nah, nothing in there at the moment, so. Oh, it's a good beer, this though. Lovely, cloudy. Yeah, so you can't even see my face through that. There you go. That is how cloudy it is. That's lovely. I mean, it looks almost like a cloudy apple juice type thing, but tastes tropical. I'm not really being too aggressive here. I'm just trying to work my way down. We're into the, say, final 9. It's a pretty casual spot with, you know, the bottom guys having 20 big blinds. We don't have to rush to do anything. Nobody's really ahead, or well, I say nobody's really ahead. I mean, if Fraser doubles up, he comes up to 3rd. So Fraser's down in ninth at the moment with 25,000 chips. He doubles up, goes to 50, and then goes above me, and I'm in third. So yeah, it's worth just being a bit cautious. I'm just going to maybe just sit back a little bit and see how things go for a little bit. Just quick look. City are absolutely bossing Liverpool. It's such a fine sight to see. Absolutely beautiful. And that is lovely as well. Let's see if you can read that. 102 points. And that is before that's before bonus, so I don't know. That's a great challenge by Laporte, that is. That is a great challenge. I reckon De Bruyne, yeah. De Bruyne 3 points as well, which is lovely. Loving that, to be honest. So there's a website I use that I've just come across recently called livefpl.net, and it's pretty good for showing how you're getting on in the current game week, how everyone else is getting on in the current game week. In fairness, because it records all the live bonus points and everything, so it knows how you're going to finish. So if I look at my if I check my overall rank, how do I do that? Where are we? So, go away. I check my overall rank. Looking at my page, so I'm going to be at 249,000, so it's a decent little jump. I've got 120 odd points to the 120 odd points to the top 10k. I don't think I can catch the top 10k. I'd like to just get to the top 100k, to be honest, which is only 46 points away, and with 5 or 6 games weeks to go, that's something that I can easily catch up on. But at the same time, I assume that most people in the top 100k are still playing, because there's so many people have just stopped. I mean, obviously with the cancellation of, not the cancellation, the postponement of football, people just let it go, and there's more important things that people have been getting on with, and anyone that's had to deal with a furlough or a redundancy, or God forbid, a difficulty with a family member or a friend due to the virus, then yeah, there are more important things than playing FPL, for sure. So hopefully, to anyone that watches this, hope your family is well, hope they're safe, and thank you again to all the key workers. You'll see I'm wearing a Better Days Ahead rainbow t-shirt this evening, just to say almost thank you to the key workers for everything that they've done for the last 3 months. It's been very important that people have been keeping the country moving, even if it has been at a slow pace. It's been critical for us to be able to stay inside and help protect the NHS and save lives and blah blah blah. I don't want to be like a soundbite on that, but it's just a very basic. It's a very basic, simple, and I wouldn't even call it a hardship for most people. I wouldn't call it a hardship. This has been the easiest sacrifice you'll ever have to make, and I say that for most people. I understand people that have had more difficult times with this. Okay, of course there will be, but I say most people, this will be the easiest sacrifice you'll ever have to make. Sorry you can't go outside, sit at home, play on your phone, watch TV, do what you want. Just don't go outside or don't leave the house. Exercise once a day. I mean, come on. So basic, so easy. And for me, I mean, I live up in Aberdeen, in Scotland now. I'm from the south of England, but I live up in Aberdeen now through work. And so, I've spent most of my life moving about. So I don't have a huge core of people I would call friends here as such. So a small group, but nothing like I had when I was sort of end of school, university, that kind of thing. Right. So for me, actually, I stopped working in my office and I began to work here. And so what that meant for me is I had more time with my kids and my wife, which for me is a good thing. So yeah, I can't complain from my side. Work's been very, very tough, and thankfully I haven't had to be furloughed. But you know, my company has made changes like everyone else, and I've had to take reduced salary and stuff. So you know, it is what it is, and so I hope everyone gets through it. Anyway, that was a bit of a. I went off on one a bit there, but back to the poker. We've got a break in a couple of minutes, so I'm going to nip downstairs and just check on the wife, make sure she's okay. Maybe grab a pack of crisps or something like that, because nothing quite goes well with a beer than a pack of crisps, of course. And Achilles has just said that Patson Daka is his biggest hold on the index. That is bold. That is bold. That is bold. Fair play. And we've still got 9 guys, so the blinds are maybe just a bit slow at the moment. It's 10 o'clock. The extra chips don't help it, but it means people can play around and have a bit of a laugh. So I'm so bitter. Had Bruno, Trent, and Sancho all at £3. Yeah, we all wish we had Bruno, Trent, and Sancho all at £3. To be honest, Achilles, we really do. And we all wish we still held. And in fact, actually, if we held now, we probably wish we were exiting about now. Or I would. I mean, bank that profit and look for the next one. I haven't really had the time to kind of do that, but sold £5 mark. Ouch. Right, well, this is the last hand before the break comes back. So what I do with the break, if you weren't here before, is I will set up the screen with the tournament details, and then I'll disappear, turn the mic off, and then come back when the break is over. So yeah, take a piss break, go get a beer once the break finishes. Once the break starts, sorry. And then see you back in 5 minutes. 6.5k, ace 8, backdoor flush, backdoor straight, backdoor not interested. Too rich for me, so and boom. See you in a few minutes. Oh, right, sorry, I'm back. But the wife wants the iPad. 21,000 for that. No. Ace 10 is not good enough. Wife wants the iPad, so that is the end of the football for me. I could chuck it on my phone, but, well, that's 3 minutes. Forget that. Gone. Just place that at the top of the stairs, fold that, be right back. Oh, and I am right back. It still says be right back, but I am back. Oh, no, I don't want to change the felt colour. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that. There we go. I am back. Right, so still final 9. So in terms of the structure, so the blinds move up every 5 minutes, right? So that means we get 12 levels. Whoa, Achilles is being pretty strong here. 9 queen, queen 5, 9 queen, very good. So Achilles doubles up to 56k. Wow, straight up into second place. I mean, that's really the difference, right? So Ace 9 under the gun. I should really be playing that maybe, but as I say, the blinds aren't too big just yet. Well, the blinds are getting there actually now. So what am I down to now? 18 blinds. We've got a pretty even table here, in fairness. Ace 10 spades, big blind. It's quite good. People playing all sorts of hands at the moment. Yeah, if he's calling, he hasn't got an ace. So I know I'm in front at that point, so I can just chuck in, which is kind of nice. Yeah, where was I? 12. So just looking at the tournament details. So bear with me a second. I'm just gonna fold that because I'm not interested in that. And if we just look at the structure of the tournament, so we're now on the level where we're about to move into 1.5 to 3k. So we're at level 20 at the moment. Another 10 levels will take us up to 15 30k blinds. So yeah, 15 30k 30k, 10 times that is going to be 300,000. We have got, sorry, I just need to fold rubbish here. We have got 42,777 average. So you know, we can't really deal with that. So the tournament will be done in the next hour. That's for sure. Frank, thanks for the subscription. Really appreciate that. Yeah, the tournament will be done within the next hour, so that's good. It will be done by 11 o'clock. Absolute latest. So I can imagine, you know, people need to be a bit aggressive now, and really try to push for the chips to get to the final table and obviously into the money. The money is only for three guys. So top gets 80 quid, second 48, and third will get 32. The details just above me for the poker club. If you want to join PokerStars Home Games, the club ID is up there, 3297418, and the invite code is Adam Daddy Cole. I mean, we're trying to keep it to guys who are in Football Index, Footstock. If you're on SportStack, that's great. I've heard a new one come up called So Rare or something like that, which I might have a quick look at and see what it's all about. But yeah, the details are all up there. If you're not in, you feel free to join. We play on a Thursday evening, £5 entry, £10 entry, alternate week to week. And you know, we get 14, 17 guys this week. We've had 50 guys in the past. It's a lot of fun. It's yeah, it's just something to do on a Thursday night. Normally, there wouldn't be football worth watching unless you want to watch Arsenal in the Europa League or some shit like that, which I wouldn't. And it's going to put me in an awkward position, to be honest. But oh, if a 4 comes up now, feel free to join it, and you have no idea what's going on because I haven't actually moved back to the table. So that I can't be dealing with that. That's just bad, Adam. I'm down into 6th place now. Achilles DB9 is now a chip leader with 81,000 chips, so I do need to get that updated. So bear with me 1 second, I will do that. And it's pretty frustrating that he hasn't spelt Achilles wrong. I don't know whether that's on purpose or not. Start getting aggressive with ace-8. So there's only 4 of us. Alright, there you go, Achilles. So it feels weird. I don't know whether he spelt that right or wrong. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is not what I wanted. Is he just throwing his weight around here, or has he genuinely got a hand? I don't think it really matters. I can't really call it. Oh, that's so frustrating. Good fold. I like that. I like that. Good fold. It's the only decision I had, to be honest. Ace-8 was a pain in the backside. I'm not calling with 8-10. No chance of that. And that sees me down. JDord1212 has dropped out. Thank you for playing. We are down to the final 8. So King 7. Go on then. Let's see if we can just. We might get caught here, but we'll see what happens. No idea what he's got. Yeah, good. We'll be thankful for that, at least. Live to fight another day. Don't try that one too often without a hand. Oh. So Cody Scrooge going all in here after Achilles has raised it up to 10.5k. Getting more and more aggressive now. Big fold. Achilles is just the chip leader. Now Lammings has taken the chip lead. It's going to be difficult for me to keep it up with the chip leaders changing hands so often, but I'll do my best to do that. Sacred goes all in. Is he going to get a call from Coley Scrooge in the big blind? No interest there. No hand to play with. 2-5. If anybody goes all in here, I am folding. Yeah, that is so annoying. Just wouldn't mind him calling that so I could check. And as I'm moving down to 6th, Jack 4, moving down now. What, 8.2 blinds? I really don't have. He's at 6.7. I really don't want to be putting any extra chips in at this point. And that is not a good enough hand to warrant even a semi-bluff. I mean, most of the time it is the cards that play the game, right? I mean, you have to play the cards that you have, and sometimes it doesn't even matter what cards you have. If the guy doesn't have the cards, then he could have been sitting on 7 deuce offsuit, and if I'd have shoved him, he'd have folded. I mean, that's a guarantee. But I'm not to know that. Sacred has now taken that risk, and he's put it on Achilles, who's folded. I mean, that's what's going to happen most of the time, but we'll see. Under the gun, I'm really struggling now. Now I'm down to 8th place. So this is now me bottom of the pile. 8 out of 8. I really, now is the time that I need the cards. If you remember earlier, I had a run where I had kings, then 9s, then 6s. And then I had queens straight after that. It was a bit gutting that I lost with those queens, but Yeah, this is not going too well at the moment. Down to 19,300 chips. I'm not going to be interested in playing this hand. To be honest, I can't really do anything with this hand at all. So under the gun, if he goes all in, I am down to 4.8 blinds, which is not ideal. And he's raised it up, Achilles. I mean, if I was to raise it up, he would call me. So I really... Have I even got 2 live cards? No, probably not. So it means I'm going to be going all in very, very soon. And then, well, probably now, actually. This is the hand. Ace 10, this is... you know, I'll be pushing this one. Might as well. See how it goes. And if he's got a hand, if Sacred's got a hand, fair play to him. If he hasn't, then he should fold. If he's got a weaker ace than me, he might think about calling as well on his short stack. Well, on his stack, I should say, 29,000 chips. But he's thinking about it, otherwise he would have folded straight away. It's not a bad thing for me to get chips there. King 9. This is probably good enough for me to shove as well. It's not a great hand, but you can straight it. I've got 2 suited cards, so... King high, fuck it, let's see what happens, basically. 2 folds, so that's good. Pick up the blinds, pick up the antes. Puts me back up into 5th place. So it's now becoming a bit of a race. I mean, everything kind of calmed down for a second, but now, with the blinds at 2 and 4K, I mean, over half of the field has less than 10 times the big blind. So now it's getting... now it's getting a bit sort of, you know, you get in with the cards or you don't. If you're in the pot, you are. If you're not, then you're not. And you generally have to allow the cards to fall and hope that you pick up a hand, to be honest. So Jack 10 is not a hand I want to be calling all in with, especially with somebody calling behind. So Coley Scrooge. This would be nice if Coley has a hand. So I've had a 10. Oh, queens. Wow. And we are down to 7. And I'm going to now force the issue with the ace 10. This could take us to the final table if he's got a hand. Not interested, so I get to pick up some chips there. I managed to miss the big blind as well there. Ace 4. Yeah, go on then. Let's have another go at this. See if I can pick these up. Any ace suited is nice. Potential for a straight, so nothing like an ace 7 or an ace 6, ace 8, ace 9, which are all really, really weak. Actually, I don't like any of those hands. That's good. So it takes me up into 5th. I can. The only problem I've got now is that I'm on the table with. I'm on the table of 3, so you know, the blinds are going to move very, very fast on this table. So I wouldn't mind Spack and Nutter on the other table having a thought about going all in. Would be nice. Yeah, it needs to be 6. Right, could happen now. He's down to 9,700. So pocket 3s. Let's see. Oh, okay, he's called, folded. What has he got? Ace 9. No ace, no 9. That's not good. Need a 3 or run a runner. Not good enough. And that is the end of the game for me. Ah, that's annoying. And everyone moves on to a different table. So, 7th place. That is frustrating. I don't think I could have played that any different. It was getting to the point where if you had a hand, you were going in, right? So... that's just the way it is. Now, what I'm going to do is let me just switch this. I'm now going to have to open the other table up. So bear with me while I do that. Spack and Nutter went as well. So it's down to 5. Achilles up to 112k, so I will change that. And then we will start just chatting shit, to be honest, because I'm not involved. So, I mean, if you were watching, if you are watching, if you have watched or whatever, then I hope that you've, you know, you've seen how I play, you've learned, or whatever. I hope you just had a bit of fun, to be honest. So, I'm going to move this table over now, if I can. Let's just change that. Sorry about that. That is the wrong thing to show. Bear with me 1 second. We're on table 2. And now we've got the final table. I should have set that up separately. So, yeah, they're talking about me already. So stream might have slowed down for a second, but hopefully now it's going to speed up. GG guys. Cool. So Chris is showing my cards. Basically picking up how to play against me, but see, I'm now out. So yeah, you can go look at the big hand. I mean, they know they're on stream. Or something. Yeah, I'll upload to YouTube later. That means if you didn't watch at the start, so this is how to start your life as a streamer. You have this. I'm worried whether things are slowing down, but you should have the way to start a stream. Yeah, very much countdown. The stream is going to start in 6 minutes, which was great. So nobody heard me for the first 5 minutes, and then when I tried to stream the 3 different tables, we had a problem because the computer couldn't deal with the pace of it, which was a bit of a shame. So that was another problem. I mean, the computer is using 92% of the CPU at the moment just to stream this. So I need to work on how I can improve that, to be honest. And I've only got one or two windows open on Google Chrome, and that's killing it as well. So maybe I need to choose a different browser. But yeah, so then the first 30 minutes of the stream was basically really, really glitchy. And so when I decided just to come down to the one table, then everything started to speed up a bit. So that was good. Then the poker went well. Picked up a few hands. Had you'll have, if you watched it, you'll see. I had kings, then nines, then sixes. Managed to get a knockout with those sixes, and then the queens came up. Lost to an ace 10, and then ultimately it got to a point where, you know, I said it a few minutes ago that the blinds were rapidly getting around. I mean, you can see the blinds on the screen now. These are the blinds that each person has. So we're at 2,000, 4,000 blinds, and Fraser has 5 times the blinds. Chris had 6. Lammings 26. So Lammings is the chip leader, and so it got to a point where we were all pretty cruising, right? We were just chilling out. Blinds were at a decent level. Everyone had between 20 and 30 blinds. It was nice and relaxing. And then suddenly it's like bang. The switch flips. You flip the switch, and then suddenly it's like a race. You have to get your cards in. You have to get a good hand. Then you start chasing cards, and you start seeing lots of flops, lots of showdowns, lots of all-ins, and then you're basically just looking to see if you can get the right cards at the right time to get you in a position to either be the final 5, and you've got 26 times the big blind. I mean, that's plenty. I said earlier on, just after the break, that, you know, this would be done before the hour's up, right? And so we're now 20 minutes later, and here we are. So Coley's made a nice big bet into this, nice half pot bet into here. There's a possibility of a straight with a 9-10. There's no flush out there. Possibly could have. Achilles is thinking about it. I'm not sure whether he's got any time bank. Oh, he does. Oh, he's got plenty of time bank. So He's thinking whether to put Coley all in here, I think. Let's just have a look at how many chips he's chucked in. Oh, actually, I can't. I need to change it. Because on my table, when you're playing by yourself, I mean, when it's just you can change, you can flip between them. But when you set the table to big blinds, then other tables you watch, you can't change it. So if I change that back to here, so he's called it. Oh, ace, ace. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Coley, what a hand. What a hand. Oh, that is a man on tilt. Achilles on tilt. Achilles on tilt, straight in, small blind. He's angry. He's angry. Right, guys, if you're here, just say hello on chat. I mean, I've got the chat now. I'm not focusing on the cards. I can focus on the chat. I can say hello or whatever. Is he giving it straight back? KJ suited. Yeah, that's not a hand you want to be. Well, it's not the worst hand to be facing somebody on tilt. But any ace you're behind, right? So it's just. Oh, he's fully tilted now. Tilt. What's he got? Ace, king, 9-9. 9-9's not a terrible hand. Ace comes out, king comes out, Achilles doubles up Fraser. Fraser comes from nothing, goes up to 65,000 chips, back in the game, straight up to third. Very nice hand. Fraser's now putting the pressure on under the gun. Wow, Lammings has called him. Oh, wow, ace, ace against ace, queen. Jesus. It is getting... getting fiery. Getting fiery, and that is it. We're down to 4. We are on the bubble. We are on the bubble. Lammings has taken a huge chip lead. And we're at 3.5 and 7,000 chips. Big blind. And yeah, it's getting a bit more aggressive now. Chris with 13,700 chips needs to pick his spot and go. He has got 2 times the big blind in his stack. He won't last the... Fuck you, know. Oh. Okay, fine. You're all watching now. Is that what's going on? You're all watching. I called you a nice guy earlier, yeah, Lammings. I gave you a nice little... a nice little cover. I said how good you were for the FI community and all sort of stuff. Now you tell me to fuck off. I'm speechless. Right, well, I'm not going to be talking about Lammings in a good light anymore. I hope he loses all his fucking chips, and I hope he finishes out on the bubble. I'm backing Chris. Come on, Chris. I mean, you need to get a cut. You need to get a hand first, and you need to double up like 7 times or something like that. But I still believe in you. Here we go. This would be nice. Queen 2 against 7-9. It didn't happen. Well. Good game, Chris. Well played. Unlucky going out on the bubble. We are now down to the money, and we can see that Lammings is the chip leader. He has he has just about double the chip stack of the nearest person, which is Coley on 107,000. The blinds are 3,000, 6,000. That's a freaking straight on the board. Has anybody got the 7 of diamonds or better? Oh, wow. No. Oh, split pot. 4 is no good. Hashtag anyone but Lammings. I can't chat because he's all in. I can't chat because he's all in. That's... Oh well. Oh well. So if you're still watching, I hope you're having a good evening. Hope you had a good evening watching Spurs get battered. Hope you had a good evening watching Liverpool get battered. And you're probably playing. So if you're playing and watching, you're still involved, you're in the money, that's great. £32 for third place, £48 for second, £80 for the winner. Not bad for a Thursday night, just chilling out, having a couple of beers. I'm about to open another beer. This is some Elvis juice. This is a grapefruit IPA, very, very nice. I can't have any more because I actually have to do some work after this. But which is going to be interesting after like 3 or 4 beers. Can't even open the fucking thing. As John would do. Lovely. That sound is beautiful. So Lamming's there, putting a bit of pressure on, going about quarter pot. No, just a bit less than that. Going to get no takers. Building up quite the stack, 245k. Very, very strong. Very, very commanding position right now. And the guys, Achilles and Coley, are going to have to do well. They're going to have to find some cards to actually stop Lammings from being so aggressive. And I don't think that's going to happen. Personally, I wish it did. Oh, there we go. Commentator's curse. What have you got, Lammings? It's got Ace 2 versus Ace Jack. That is not ideal. And that is not what he wanted. So that is... Wow. So that's things that have changed a little bit. Down to 179k. Maybe just brought him down a couple of steps there. So now even the low stack doubles up and he's into first place. So there's a lot going on here. Guys, it's been a good evening. Good evening of poker. We started at 8:15 and so we're 2 hours and 15 minutes, not including the breaks. So yeah, it's been good fun. I finished out in 7th place, just before the final table, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, I enjoy the game and I enjoy having fun with the... Oh, excuse me, the beer's going straight through me. Having fun with the guys. Yeah, it's been good. Been good. Man City absolutely dicked on Liverpool, which is always nice to see. My portfolio has gone up. My what's gone up? Portfolio. My Footstock collection has is up on a couple of days ago, which is nice. Although I've just finished 4 roulette tournaments and clearly given my collection value, I haven't won any of them. So my first one, Azpilicueta versus Patrick Van Arnholt. I'm ignoring the poker almost. And then a coin flip against Azpilicueta, which I win. And then the last 4, another coin flip with Azpilicueta, which I win. Oh, fuck's sake. So that means I lose to James Ward-Prowse in the final. Oh, that is frustrating. That would have been a nice pot. A few Patrick Van Arnholts, Freds, etc. If you haven't been on Footstock, guys, just go to cyfootstock.co.uk. I've got a referral link in there. Feel free to sign up. Get 50 free bonus cards for 30 days and £25 of tournament credit to play around with. If you have any questions, then let me know. I am CY_F Index on Twitter. That is up there, I should say. It's up there in the screen above Lamming's cards. So come say hello, come follow me, and I chat all sorts of stuff. Football Index, Footstock, SportStack, whatever, football, FPL, whatever. I'm all good. Right, this other 16-man roulette lost first round with Patrick Van Arnholt to Aurier. We've got an all-in, and Achilles has gone. Wow. We are now heads up. Coley Scrooge has now taken the chip lead from Lammings. We need to now then update the stream to say exactly that. Good job to those guys. Well done, Achilles, coming in third and picking up 30 odd quid for your troubles. So I mean, I'm going to get rid of the chip leader thing. I'm going to just put. I'm just going to leave it there. To be honest, I'm just going to leave it because the chip lead can change so quickly when it's heads up. So I'm just going to get rid of that. To be honest. Doesn't seem worth it. So that's what happens when I step away from the poker. Someone goes all in and I miss something. But thankfully I didn't actually miss the all in. I didn't actually miss him going out. So, but he put me out. So see you later, Achilles. No, I'm joking. I'll take that back. You took some money, so I can't really turn my nose up at that. £10 in, £32 out. If someone was to tell you to buy a player for £10 and you were to get a £30 return, would you take it? Of course you take it. Of course you take it. So yeah, hell of a return for this evening. So good job to you, Achilles. Lammings and Coley Scrooge fighting it out for the last two places. So I enjoy heads up. This is the bit where I actually feel like I have an advantage over just a Joe Bloggs player. Not because I think I'm a good player, but I think if I'm against the right kind of player, someone who's a bit loose, then I can take advantage of that. One, I was playing a few weeks ago and I was heads up, and I think I was like a 5-1 chip dog. I had literally hardly anything. And then within 6 hands, I was the chip leader. Because he was too aggressive with his stack, and I hit some good cards. So all in a couple of times, double, and that was it. And then his head went, and I won. So I've also played against a guy who was super tight. In the early stages of the tournament, he would always just play ace king, ace queen, ace jack, and basically that's about it. Pocket pairs from queens up, and so when we got to the final of us, it was heads up, and the blinds had been set really badly, so it was really, really slow. But I just ticked away at him, and I just kept raising, he kept folding, kept raising, he kept folding, and I just chipped away at him until at one point I got one lucky hand, and that changed it. So I doubled up, took the chip lead, and then started to be more aggressive again. And he ended up having to call me on a hand that he didn't want to, and I was a big favourite when it came to the run of the cards. So. There's just 2 that I've won in the last 3 months. I haven't won much. For me, it's not about making money. I mean, it's about having fun. I enjoy playing cards. It's just a bit of a hobby. So, yeah. Right, where was I? Right, so yeah, I was on Footstock. So, 16-man roulette. I lost that one, and then Fred Azpilicueta in the final, and Azpilicueta wins that. The 32-man, I can't even remember who I put in. Van Arnholt first round, won the coin flip. Against Azpilicueta second round, lost that. Okay, fine. And then the next 32-man, I have Fred. Oh, Jesus, have I lost to Fred? And then got around the first round, lost the coin flip. And then the worst thing you can have in... Whoa, what did I miss? Oh, fuck, I've missed something. Well, Coley's still in. I mean, he's still around. He's, shit. How did I miss that? Oh, that's bad timing. You should never take your eyes off the poker. That's terrible. I apologise. I'm learning. I'm learning fast. 3 jacks. So we have 3 jacks. Right, so we've got King 8 against 7-9. Big dog now needs a king. That is it. Game over. Lammings is the winner. Right, let's get over to the tourney details. And we can see that Lammings has taken it. £80 to Lammings. Well done to you, my friend. After you said fuck you to me. Well, fuck you to you as well. But you won it, so whatever. No, well played, man. Well played. Coley, well done. £48, not bad. I didn't see a hand. I'm going to have to go back and look at this hand because I'm pretty pissed that I missed it. So I'm a bit annoyed about that. So Coley Scrooge won with a flush, and then what happened here? So Lamming showed a 9 of hearts and Queen of diamonds. So oh wow! So Lamming's flopped the straight. I mean, you can't see this, but you probably did see it. You were watching, I wasn't. That's probably the thing. So Lammings flopped the straight, and then obviously Coley had a top pair, and then he hit trip jacks on the river and clearly thought that was good enough, but went all in and didn't have it. That is very, very unlucky. Very, very unlucky, but that is sometimes how the cards roll. Wow. Lammy beast. GG. Thank you, everybody. I am signing out. Yeah. Now, before I go, anyone who's coming to watch the stream, thank you very much. This has been a new thing for me, talking to a camera. It's been a bit strange, so hope you've enjoyed, had a beer with me, watched a bit of the football, played a bit of poker, or watched the poker. We had some fun, and we'll do it all again next week. So, cheers.